ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। दक्षिणे लक्ष्मणो यस्य वामे च जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतिर्यस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनम्। On the battlefield, now that Kumbhakarna has been woken up, he got up, yawned, and stretched his arms and gorged himself with tons of meat and beverages made of blood and other intoxicating items. And when he got up and was walking towards Ravana's chambers, obviously the others could see. The Vanaras, some of them ran without even consideration of anything. They were so scared looking at this mighty, fierce, dominating presence of Kumbhakarna. So his stature, his physique, his ghastly appearance was so dominating that it even surprised Sri Ramachandra. So Valmiki begins chapter 61 with Tato Ramo Mahateja Dhanuradaya Viryavan Kiritinam Mahakayam Kumbhakarnam Dadarsha. In the Ramayana, there are verses where there is ha. Ha is astonishment, awesomeness, surprise, sometimes like an alas, a melancholy expression as well. But here it is adbhuta. Even Sri Ramachandra is wowed by the physical stature of Kumbhakarna, the big guy. And what are the words given about Rama? Tato Ramo Dadarsha. Then Rama saw. So what are some characteristics of Sri Rama? Mahateja. Ramachandra himself is a personality who has great aura, an effulgence about him. Viryavan. Viryavan means one who's so heroic that whoever he stands in front of, that other person has to accept defeat. Dhanuradaya, bringing his bow with him. Kiritinam. Now these are characteristics of Kumbhakarna. Kiritinam. Kumbhakarna was wearing his crown, helmet, diadem, different words used in English. Mahakayam, a body that is so big. Ramachandra himself is a very tall personality, And Kumbhakarna is so big, everybody has to look at him like that. Kumbhakarnam Dadarsha. Ha. So why? Ha. One, because of his dominating. And so the next verse tells us why it is Ha. Valmiki has written that even as Valmiki is visualizing Kumbhakarna, there is Ha. Tam drashtva rakshasa sreshtham parvata akara darshanam. He looked like a massive mountain. Kramamana, kramamanam, kramamanam iva akasham. Pura narayanam yatha. Kramamanam iva. When he was stepping, okay, because he's such a gigantic body, he has to lift his foot and put down on the ground. That massive body, it appeared as if previously incarnated Narayana had appeared again. Who was that form of Narayana that had a gigantic form, and when he lifted his foot, he covered the sky? Sri Vamana, Trivikrama. So, Kramamana, they're giving us the Kramamana as he's stepping forward. Iva Akasham Pura Narayanam Yata. He was covering the sky as Narayana previously did. That is why, ha. And he looked like this, like last week we heard that he looked like charcoal, dark. So this guy is so big that he looks like a water laden cloud that is fully charged with electricity. So you can, anytime there can be flashes of lightning from it. When Kumbhakarna was seen that way, dressed in all his mighty garments, it's not like he got up and got dressed. Although we heard that he took a bath and is on his way to see Ravana, he even woke up with his clothes that way. And when he's walking, the Vanaras, after all, they're monkeys. Have you ever seen monkey? If you surprise a monkey, it will bolt like anything. Because fear is a natural feature in all living beings. If you ever try to go near a cockroach, as soon as it senses you're near, the first thing they do is run. For that matter, any animal too. Ahar, Nidra, Bhaya Maithunam cha. Bhaya takes over all other features because Bhaya is required for preservation of life. If you are not afraid, if there is no fear, then person will not know how to recognize the signal of danger. Because danger, as soon as you recognize, there has to be fear. When they saw this, they all bolted. The huge army of monkey scattered everywhere. So Ramachandra turned to Vibhishana because Vibhishana knows everybody in the army. So he said, Ko asau parvata akasham, parvata samkasha. Who is this who's shining like a mountain? Kiriti, Harilochana, eyes that are brown and wearing a kiritam, crown. Lankayam drushyate viraha suvid sa vidyut iva toyodaha. He looks like a cloud, toyadaha. Toya is water, toyada, one who gives water, is a cloud. Sa vidyut iva, that there is a cloud charged with lightning in him. Who is this? And who is it that when he is observed by the monkeys, that they are fleeing and running away in all directions? So please, Vivishna, point out to me, who is this? Such a mighty, mighty, mighty guy. Is he a Rakshasa? Is he a Asura? I've never seen such a being ever in my life. Na mayye Mayyevam idha vidham bhuta drashta purvam kadachana. I have never seen, I have never seen someone in this gigantic proportion. Now, previously, they saw Virada. Virada was a very big, strong guy. Even Virada looked small in comparison because Ramachandra is saying, I've never seen someone. He had met Tatika, Virada, Khara, Dushana, Trishiras. He even saw Prahasta and all the other, even Ravana came in front of him. But nobody like Kumbhakarna. I've never seen. So, having been questioned by Sri Ramachandra, Vibhishana said, he is the famous son of Vishrava, the fiery Kumbhakarna, huh, who even defeated Yamraj and Indra. There is nobody who can compete with him in size. Once Kumbhakarna went to fight with the Danavas and Yakshas and even Nagas. Means they're all flesh-eating animals. He fought with the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, the Kinnaras. So this person has lot of experience and he's never had a knockout himself because he will punch everyone's lights out. In fact, when he walks, people think that it is death personified that has come to them. And, and he has extraordinary strength and eyes that are so scary. And he stands with a spear in his hand. And when he had fought with the Danavas, Yakshas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Nagas, they all were so scared. Hmm? The reason he is so strong is because he has a lot of boons granted by the higher personalities. What happened previously is Kumbhakarna, because he's so big, has a voracious appetite that when he, even from a very, very small age, he was a child. Just remember, child, a baby. But generally, baby doesn't eat too much, just drinks milk. Not Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna, even when he was a small baby, would devour thousands of beings in just one meal, even when he was fasting, let's just say. Balena Jatamatrena, just when he was born, Jatamatra, just if infant, not even baby, infant. Kshuddhartena, by his hunger, Mahatmana. Now, he's called Mahatmana. Here, Mahatma is not the greatness of his soul or personality. Mahatma is gigantic body here. Bhakshitani, he used to eat Sahasrani Prajanam. Prajanam is beings. And Sahasrani, thousands. How many thousands? Subahunyapi. Many, many thousands of beings he would just devour as an infant, newly born. So all the living beings became so scared that, oh my God, in one meal, he's cleaning up almost species after species. So they all went to Indra to beg for some solution. Please, you are the king of the demigods. You pretty much rule over the entire universe. Please, do something. So Indra, when he got a complaint, he had to fix it. So he sat on his mighty Airavata. Now this Airavata has not two, but four tusks and two trunks. Big, mighty elephant that came from the churning of the milk ocean. So went on his Airavata, got his thunderbolt weapon, and hit Kumbhakarna with it. Kumbhakarna, when he got hit, he reeled and let out this series of roars so loud. The louder he was roaring, all the created beings who were already scared became even more frightened. Now, Kumbhakarna was so powerful. He walked up to Airavata, broke off a tusk. No, the tusk is not some tiny little thing. Airavata is big. Elephants have big tusks. So I'm using like this as if the tusk is very big. For Kumbhakarna, it was nothing. He just broke off the tusk from Airavata. I mean, Airavata was carrying Indra. And Kumbhakarna became so angry that he was struck by Indra that he took the tusk from Airavata and hit Indra on his chest. No one ever hits Indra. I mean, who is Indra? Indra being hit, Indra became all uh, completely enamored by, wow, what was that? Kumbhakarna praharto vijajwala savasavaha. Vijajwala. He became tormented. Tato visheduhu sahasa devo brahmarshi danavaha. Then all the Danavas, the rishis, they all became despondent. If Indra, the king, the controller of the entire universe, is being beaten by Kumbhakarna, what is the chance of anybody controlling such a person? He is a complete terrorist. So then, along with Indra, they all ran to Lord Brahma. They complained to Lord Brahma about Kumbhakarna's Dauratmyam. Duratma is a wicked person. Dauratmyam means wickedness. Kumbhakarnasya Dauratmyam Sashamsuste Prajapatehe. So they went to the original Prajapati, Lord Brahma. After all, in one sense, two reasons. One, Brahma is the one who created everything, and so he brings everything to some sort of equilibrium. He gives a solution. Second, he's the great grandson of Lord Brahma. So they gave him a list. They read out Kumbhakarna's resume. From the time he wakes up till the time he sleeps, millions of species are just completely devoured. I'm saying species, but millions of living beings are being completely being eaten away. He has completely destroyed the hermitages of the sages and repeatedly carries away other people's wives. I guess it runs in both the brothers to covet other people's wives. Prajanam bhakshanam cha, eating away anything and anybody that comes in his way. Api devanam chapi gharshanam, and tormenting all the devatas. Ashrama dhamsvam, shattering, pillaging all the ashramas of the rishis. Chapi parastri haranam bhrisham. Bhrisham means greatly, repeatedly. Parastri haranam. Older brother like that, younger brother also like that. So he's eating so many beings that very soon the entire universe will become free of beings. It will become empty, vacant. एवं प्रजा यदि त्वेष भक्षयिष्यति नित्यशः अचिरेणैव very soon कालेन शून्यो लोको भविष्यति. The entire world will become shunya. No beings. It will become empty. Hearing Indra's complaint, Brahma got all the Rakshasas and Kumbhakarna together And then Brahma spoke to Kumbhakarna. Now, even Lord Brahma, after all, is what is not known by Lord Brahma, who has not been created by Lord Brahma. But when they looked at Kumbhakarna, even Lord Brahma became astonished. Kumbhakarna samiksheva vitatrasa prajapati. Vitatrasa prajapati. Even Lord Brahma became tormented. Whoa, who is this guy? Then Lord Brahma spoke to him. He said, "You are the son of Vishrava, the grandson of Pulastya. But Vishrava begot you in such a way that you will become the thorn, you will become the tormentor of the universe. And I cannot afford like that. Because of you, other living beings cannot even live, survive, because they're living constantly in fear. Some are dying because of you, some are dying thinking of you, just the fear of your thought. Therefore, I curse you that from today onwards, you will be completely covered by sleep, and the sleep will be so deep as if you're dead. Because sleep has different varieties. Some are light sleepers, some are very deep sleepers. But even in deep sleep, if you shake someone, or like they did, if you hear a sound, or there is some smell or fragrance or bad smell, it will wake a person out of their sleep. But there are other sleeps that are induced, like anesthetics, anesthesia, especially when you're performing surgery. You have absolutely no idea of time, touch. Your entire body, your nervous system becomes so dull that none of the senses work. I've had that experience. I had to go through many years ago. I had to go through a certain procedure um, where they put you to sleep for them to do the procedure. It's called colonoscopy. So the doctor was standing next to me, looked at me, and they injected the anesthetic and told me to count backwards from 10, 10, 9, 8, or something, and I was gone. Few moments later, I opened my eyes, and the doctor was standing on this side, Hemangi was standing on this side. So I asked Hemangi, when are they taking me for the procedure? He said, what taking you? The procedure was already done. And it's been an hour, you're still just waking up from it. I said, really? I had no idea that that block of time doesn't exist for me because awareness is gone. To that degree, I'm sure the guy was turning me and doing his thing. I had no, I didn't to know anything at all. So Lord Brahma cursed Kumbhakarna. You will remain buried in sleep like a person who's dead. So Kumbhakarna fell down in front of Lord Brahma and said, how is that possible? Hmm? Kumbhakarna fell down in front of Ravana. They were all together. And we will hear more in Uttarakanda. So when he fell down like that in front of Ravana, his older brother and king, on behalf of Kumbhakarna, Ravana made a petition. He said, when a tree is ready to give its fruit, if you cut down the tree at that time, what is the use? He gave this example. And he says, so therefore, it does not make sense, oh Lord Brahma, to curse your own great grandson this way. Pravriddha kanchana kanchano kanchano vrikshaha, golden tree, phalakale nikrutyate. Pravriddha, it doesn't make sense. Na pravriddha. So if there is a tree that is giving gold, Kanchana vrikshaha pravruddha phalakale nikrutyate, you cut it. That's not proper thing to do. Na naptaram swakam, your own naptaram. Naptaram, great grandson. Pautram, grandson. Putra, son. Uh, please don't curse him so. Please do something. And Lord Brahma, your words can never go wrong. So he will have to sleep. There's no doubt. But can you give him some time where he's also awake? Because having a person alive and only asleep, what is the meaning of that? He can't live his life like that. So please do something. Please give him some time for waking. Oh, Lord Brahma, kind soul, hearing Ravana's appeal, he said, all right. Shaita Hiesha Shanmasa Ekaham. At one stretch, he will sleep for 6 months. Eka Ekaham Jagarish. And he will be awake for one day. So he'll wake up one day, eat whatever he has to eat, gorge himself, and go to sleep for 6 months. Then wake up again. But Kumbhakarna's sleep is such, we heard from Ravana, that this useless fellow sometimes sleeps for 6 months, sometimes 8, sometimes 9, sometimes 10. That's the kind of sleep he's in. And that the world is pacified because Kumbhakarna is sleeping. But that one day, uh, in one day, Kumbhakarna can consume whatever he wants to eat. That is his cheat day because he's awake that day. He can walk anywhere on the earth, eat whatever he wants to do one day. So that is the prowess of this Kumbhakarna. Ravana, being afraid of you, Sri Ramachandra, has woken up that Kumbhakarna. Tvat parakram abhitascha, being afraid of your power, Raja Samprati Ravana. Kumbhakarnam abodhayat. He has awoken Kumbhakarna. Now that he is awake, he is extremely angry. And this mighty fellow is going back and forth, devouring monkeys. Now the monkeys have just run away looking at him. How, how can they fight him in a battle? So Ramachandra, here's an idea. Instead of telling the monkeys anything that this is a demon, tell the monkeys that this big structure is only a robot, a doll, a mechanical device that is standing in front of you. Yantram etat. Yantram is just a machine. It's not a real Rakshasa that is coming to eat them. So when you say it's only a machine, the fear may come down a little bit. Now our Ramachandra is also a hero. He's not going to just, so he commanded the troops, having Neela as the commander in chief, and so and told Neela, bring all the troops and put them in a nice array. Get them standing in order. They should cover every gate, every bridge, every street of Lanka, every mountain top, trees or rocks, whatever they can get their hands on, bring it and keep them ready for operation. Armed with all of these, remain alert, O monkeys. Hmm? And command this, get the mighty, powerful Vanaras who are generals as big and mighty as elephants among monkeys, bring them to guard the different phalanxes and sections of the army. Okay. Gavaksha, Sharabha, Hanuman, Angada, who themselves looked like mountains, s- started marching towards the gate of Lanka. Now, being spoken by Ramachandra like that, somehow the monkeys gathered some courage, did what the instructions were, carried rocks, stones, mountain tops, uh, and got ready to go towards to whatever Kumbhakarna would do. Now, on this side, Kumbhakarna, who's still drowsy with his sleep and being completely intoxicated, walked on the Rajpath, the king's highway. Usually the king takes that Rajamargam Shriyajushtam, well decorated highway. Yayo Vipula Vikramaha, with a mighty posture and a very heroic style of walking. He was surrounded by thousands and thousands of Rakshasas who were now suddenly inspired that they will win this war because Kumbhakarna is there. See, a Rakshasa has to fight with 5, 10, 15, 100 monkeys at one time. They can. But Kumbhakarna, when he puts his foot down, tens of thousands of Vanaras will die under one foot. Then what to speak of he grabbing the monkeys with his hands? There are tens of thousands on this side, tens of thousands of monkeys on that side, and you just chomp them down mercilessly. So the damage is in extremely large, incalculable proportions. As he's walking, they are showering flowers on Kumbhakarna, hailing him as their promise, their hero. Then he came to the home of Ravana. Beautiful palace. So then he entered. As he entered Ravana's palace, Valmiki tells us he entered the palace and our vision of him goes away just like the sun is disappears into a mass of clouds. He saw Ravana sitting down on his throne. And Ravana looked like Lord Brahma, and as if Indra has come to meet Lord Brahma. Ravana was sitting in his palace on his throne in the Pushpaka Vimana. So looking at Kumbhakarna saw Ravana seemed very disturbed, deeply caught in thought, perturbed. So as soon as Ravana saw Kumbhakarna, atha drashtva dashagrivaha Kumbhakarnam upasthitam Turnam Utthaya very quickly got up from his seat. And in what way? Samharashta, so happy and thrilled to see his brother awake. Sannikarshum upanayat, and brought him to his side, gave him a mighty hug, and brought him and made him sit next to him. Atha asinasya paryanke Kumbhakarno Mahabalaha, having his brother sitting next to him, Kumbhakarna said, Kim Krutyam iti cha bravit. Oh, Bhartur Vavande Charanau. Kumbhakarna bowed down at Ravana's feet and said, What service do you have for me? Then Ravana again got up from his seat, filled with joy, clasped his brother to his chest, and then told him, Oh, Kumbhakarna, I am so happy to see you. And said, Please, now that I've been woken up, tell me. So then Ravana says, Oh, O Kumbhakarna, from whom anybody who sees you, fear is the first emotion. He said, a long time has passed since you have been awake. O Kumbhakarna, with extraordinary strength. You may not have known the kind of fear that has entered my heart because of Rama. Have you ever heard anyone, forget about the devas, have you heard a human being cross the ocean? That mighty son of Dasharatha has done it with the help of Sugriva. And now he has entered Lanka and giving us so much distress. They have destroyed all the forest gardens and preserves. On our side, we had great generals. They've all been killed one by monkeys in combat. Can you imagine this? Kumbhakarna. The monkeys have not been conquered by anyone. So, with that fear in my heart, I want you to go destroy all of them, including Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, and every monkey that you can see. It is so bad that slowly, in all of Lanka, there are no men anymore. Only children, women, and elderly people are remaining. Bala Vruddha Aveshitam. That's all. Children and old people are the only ones surviving. All other men are slowly being killed away. So, for my sake, hmm, for my sake, please do it. I've never asked any such favors of any of my brothers. You are my dear brother. All my hopes and aspirations are now in your control. Please go and finish off the opposition. Hmm? So when Kumbhakarna heard that, Kumbhakarna laughed. तस्य राक्षसराजस्य निशम्य परिदेवितं कुंभकर्णो भभाषेदं वचनं प्रजहास प्रजहास loudly laughed. You remember Ravana? This situation 9 months ago we discussed. Even Vibhishana told you. We knew what the outcome will be, but you did not trust your well-wishers. Hmm? That fruit of taking Sita away from Ramachandra has fully fructified for you today. Hmm? Just the way the reactions of a sinful person come and meet that sinful person, today you're in the same situation. Of course, when we first spoke, you did not weigh what the consequence would really be, even when you were told. You didn't take into account it because of your own pride in your strength. One who gets enamored by such strength, Kumbhakarna is giving him a lesson. One who gets enamored by such strength neglects his duties and cannot understand what is right and what is wrong. They lose the context of Desha Kala Vihinani. Desha Kala Vihina. Not knowing the time and place, or place and time, for what needs to be done, such a person cannot become successful. You had to hold discussions with your ministers. But those discussions is where you already had decided. You didn't take advice. These discussions help the king move on the right path. But you are not such a king. One who king who listens to good advice from advisors, well wishers, such a person is a good ruler. They can live and continue for a long time. In fact, one should not give up the pursuit of virtue for the pursuit of sensual gain. What to do? Dharmam artham hi kamam va sarvan va rakshasopate bhajet purusha kale trini dvandvani va punaha. There is a time for everything. There is a time for dharma. There is a time for artha. And there is time for kama. Trini kale. But if you mix them up, then uh, if you miss any one of them or you mix them up, then Rakshasa, the king of Rakshasas, you don't get anything. If the time of dharma, you're busy with artha. Morning time is sadhana time. But if people are working at that time, then they don't get the fruit of it. Or during work, if one is doing sadhana work, or night time is considered for kama. Kama means relaxing and enjoying and ending the day, enjoying. I don't know if that word is allowed, resting or recreation as we call it. If you mix them up, if there is no order in how things are done, a person doesn't extract joy from their day. So, Ravana, what to do? You're not even a self controlled king. You have no control over your senses. You should consider consequences properly before taking any actions. And if a person's intelligence or mental capacity is no better than animals, they should not be allowed. But if they allow you, if you're allowed to sit on the throne, what kind of king will such a person be? What to speak of the right ministers? So then Kumbhakarna is laying it on Ravana very, very strongly. Now, there are ministers or people who give you unhealthy, unwholesome advice, wearing the dress of well wishers. Such persons should be excluded from your realm of ministers. He's chastising him that you kept a whole bunch of yes men. All those who say yes to you, they never question you, they never doubt you, they never challenge you to think differently. Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir. Whatever you say, yes. Horrible. That's not how you should have people around you. And these ministers, you never know if they're acting in your best interest. They may be having alliances with your enemies. And they may give you good advice, and you may think, oh, yes, yes, that's there. And they will bring such a king's destruction. He's not talking you personally, he's giving principles of how a king should have himself, his senses controlled, use scripture as the basis for making decisions, and surround oneself with advisors who also think on the basis of scripture and will not be afraid to speak the truth, even if it is unpalatable. So then he says, in the past, your own wife Mandodari gave you good advice that don't run after other people's wives. You did not listen. Then even Vibhishana told you, right? Yad uktam iham te purva priyaya, by your beloved wife. Me anujena cha, and my younger brother Vibhishana. Tadeva nohitam vakyam. You did not hear what they said. So, yatechasi tata kuru. We know this phrase. Yatechasi tata kuru. Krishna tells Arjuna, do as you wish. At this point, we were in a situation where do as you wish. Now, sometimes parents, they tell their children, after giving good advice, if they don't hear, they say, do as you wish. Now, the do as you wish emotion is you're foolish, you're not listening to my advice. This is only going to hurt you, so do as you wish. You will only learn that way. That's sort of the tone of what they say. Kumbhakarna is telling, Yathechasi tatha kuru. Ravana heard the tongue lashing that Kumbhakarna gave him. One moment he was happy to see his brother and embraced him, made him sit next to him and said, "You're so great. You are the hero. You were going to kill the enemy." Blah, blah. But now when Kumbhakarna gave him again good advice, Ravana became angry. Angry and says, Manyu Gurur Ivar Vacharya. Gurur Iva Vacharya. Kim Mam Tvam. Anushasa say, why are you, who are you to instruct me? You're talking as if you are my father or a teacher. Who allowed your tongue to give such advice? Kimevam vakyamashramam krutva vakshramam krutva yaduktam tad vidhiyatam. Hmm? I didn't ask you for advice. Get out and go do what you were told. This is not the time for you to sit here and give me good advice. When the enemy is at the door here, you don't seem to understand what my strength is, what my power is. So, if you are any wise, you're sitting and digging up old stuff. This is an excuse, Ravana's. You're digging up old stuff. Oh, Mandodari gave you advice, Vibhishana gave you advice. All that is gone. Right now. Right now, Rama and all the Lakshmana, Sugriva, Hanuman, they're all at the gate. Hmm? So don't be a fool. Do what I'm telling you to do. You're not even a friend. A friend is one who takes care of the other friend's pain. And a real relative is one who does some help in the time of distress. You're telling him you're neither a friend nor a relative. The Ravana spoke in very, very harsh tones to Kumbhakarna. So Kumbhakarna, in very soothing words, understood that Ravana is so agitated in his mind and just said, listen, Ravana, I will go and take care of what you asked me to do. So get rid of your anger. Just be normal, calm down, chill a little bit. Uh, don't become despondent. Since you are asking me to go fight, I will go fight on your behalf. It is my duty to give you good advice. And I spoke to you out of the freedom or the liberty that I'm your brother and I have well wishings in my heart for you. Avashyam tu hitam vachyam sarvavastham mayatava. Bandhu bhavad bihitam. Bandhu bhavad bhi hitam. Bandhu bhavad bhi hitam. Bhratur snehascha parthiva. Oh, king. Now he's calling him king. O Parthiva, king, I gave you advice or counsel, thinking of you as as I am your relative, and out of affection for you. But whatever is right now is going to happen is wholesale destruction of the enemy, because that's what you want me to do. I will carry out your order. Today you will see Adya Pashya Mahabaho Maya Samaramurdhani at the helm of the army. I'll be right there. Hate Rame Sahabhrata. I will kill Rama and his brother. Dravanti Harivahini. and I will completely destroy all the Vanaras. You will feel so gratified. Adya Ramasya tad drashtva maya anitam ranachiraha sukhi bhava mahabaho sita bhavatu dukkhita. You be happy and may Sita become distressed. Why will Sita become distressed? Because she will get the news that Rama has been killed by me. All those Rakshasas are my witness who have lost their near and dear ones in this battle. They are my witness that Rama will be killed. This will be the most welcome news for the Rakshasas. All the women in the Rakshasa clan who are crying, I will make sure that their tears will dry up because of my act. You will see today, Adya Parvata Samkasha, Suryam Ivato Yadam, Vikirnam Pashya Samare, Sugrivam Plavageshwaram. Today, the king of the monkeys, Sugriva, he will be killed by me and bathed in blood. So much blood as if a cloud covers the sun. So don't worry, Ravana. I'm going to the battlefield. I will kill Rama, the son of Dasharatha. If Rama has to come to you, first he has to kill me. Mam nihatya kilatvam hi nihat nishyati raghava. This is almost like a prophetic statement that Rama can only kill you after he kills me. All right, Ravana, I'm taking all the army and I'm going out there. And then he gives all this big speech on how he will kill Rama. In fact, I, with my power, will kill Rama in such a way that you will be able to drink the blood of Rama. So don't worry, don't be anxious. Not only Rama, Lakshmana also, Sugriva also, even Hanuman. I will devour all the monkeys and you will become very, very glorified. Asadharanam ichhami tava datum mahad yashaha. Mahad yashaha asadharanam. Asadharana, extraordinary. Extraordinary glory will come to you. Tava datum, I will give to you. Today, even if the demigods will intervene, anybody, Yamaraj, anybody from the universe will intervene, they will finish off. They will be finished by me. I am so hungry and I'm so angry that if the higher realms, the middle realms, and the lower realms, entire universe, if I eat up, my hunger will not be satiated. Ravana, I will bring you the happiness that you have never experienced in your life. And that is by killing Rama, Lakshmana, and all the monkeys. Ramaswarajan, Pivachadhyavarunim. Ramaswa, you just sit here and enjoy yourself. Pivacha Adhyavarunim, you drink all varieties of beverages, intoxicating beverages. Kurushva Krityani, Viniva Dukkham. And get rid of all of your distresses. Mayadya Rame Gamite Yamakshayam. By me, Ramachandra will be sent to the abode of Yama. Chiraya Sita Vashaga Bhavishyati. Chiraya. Very quickly, Sita will become or will come under your control. Chiraya Sita Vashaga Bhavishyati. Vashaga, she will come under your control completely. With that, chapter 53 comes to an end. Kumbhakarna has given Ravana motivational speech. Okay, it's 9:30. Let's see if there are any thoughts, comments, reflections. If nothing, maybe in our sleep we may get some dream or inspiration. Anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Go ahead.
please accept my humble obeisance, Hare Krishna Prabhupada. Uh, Thank you for a wonderful class, Prabhu. Um, this is something I'm facing in my life from last 2, 3 weeks, and I'm keeping it very generic. What should we do? Even in Bhagavatam says there are different kind of atatai. And what should we do if we see some people trying to get close to some other's wives? It Kumbhakarna and Vibhishan, why is it? Uh, but uh, community, if we see something happening in the community, how should we approach in a way it's not offensive to the devotees and the situation get resolved?
Well, if we are dealing with devotees, there is no room for harshness. Uh, Maybe our whole world is surrounded with devotees in our interactions, so there's no room for harshness. And if harshness does come out of our in our speech, even if it is, um, even if we are right, our harshness will make everything wrong. Our example or model is not Kumbhakarna and Ravana. Our model is Sri Ramachandra, Purva Bhashi, Priyadarshana. We never hear Ramachandra speaking harshly to anybody. We never hear Ramachandra behaving harshly with anybody, even with those who are very harsh with him. We never hear that. So we try and model. To the best degree, we model it. And when we're unable to model it, then we do repair. We repair it. Because we are not perfect like Ramachandra, that there are no errors or mistakes. Now, remember, Ramachandra never speaks harshly. Coming soon after the battle is the conversation with Sita, and is very seemingly harsh, very harsh. But there are a lot of indicators that it's not harsh speech, but it sounds like that. Ramachandra is the shining example. For all of us, we try and emulate to the degree possible. And when it's not possible, then we enter into repairing. We repair it by apologizing. We repair it by rectifying such speech and whatever comes from that speech. Okay, Parama Karuna
Thank
Prabhu.
you. No, no. Thank you so much. Your three small sentence made my life so easy. Prabhu, I was going through such a hard time in my life, and I don't know how to bring it up, this thing. And I was trying to bring it up, and it was so much suffocating to me. But yeah, repair is a. Now, how much incubation time should we give after repairing? Let's say if we repaired it, or if we attempted to repair it, uh, to try to approach that person and talk with that person again in a good way. Do we need to have some incubation time, or we should just? I'm sorry, Prabhu. If you can bring the light on that.
After that, they remain like little marks. When I was younger, I had a little, it's gone away over time, but I had fallen head first when I was younger, running and fell on a block of cement. When I was younger, I fell off from a roof and have a cut in my chin. These are all reminders and they stay. So, like that, one episode in life hopefully remains to know, hey, this is the consequence of how it is. I'll tell you this. I was very young, 8, 9, no more than 10 years old, if I remember, on the roof of a house with my cousin flying a kite. And the way you fly a kite is you run with the kite, so the wind gives it a little lift, then you can fly it. So he and I are standing, and I'm looking there and running with the kite. And the roof did not have a parapet wall, so I fell off the roof, head like this, on my back, fell on the window awning and fell down with my face hitting the ground first next to a concrete slab. And this whole thing cut open. But that from time on, if I'm on a roof or a land, just the nervous system is such that I'm first aware of the space before anything else. Because it has etched in my mind. Because it's dramatic. But there are experiences in my life where I've spoken harshly, I've done uh, and said things, and somehow or the other, if I can't remember on my own, Sri Ramachandra kindly will bring it back in some conversation for me to remember that. And all you can do is apologize and try not to be so. So they will help. They will help you. Help you, not you.
Mhm,
Okay, let's see if
mhm.
someone else has something.
Prabhu, one last question. One last question.
Oh, hold on a second.
Is it? Yeah,
Parama Karuna.
yeah. Is there any room to improve the relation again?
Huh?
Is there any room to improve the relations again? I'm in the meeting.
I can't hear your question. Somehow my computer is really bad.
Is there any
Uh,
room to improve the relationships with that person again?
have I any broken relationships?
No, no. Is there any room to improve the relationship with that person again?
Any room to improve?
Yes, relationships again.
Now, some may never improve. Then you have to just accept that that was never meant to be. And maybe I contributed something in it that didn't work out. So, in my other relationships, I'm careful. I preserve other relationships. Some may never improve, some may improve.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Mm.
Okay, doesn't seem like.
Hare Krishna
Anyone?
Prabhu.
Stira.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, in today's narration, you said that Kumbhakarna, like Lord Brahma, cursed him to sleep. In other narrations, like from Maharaj, I remember hearing that Kumbhakarna did austerity, and then there was like Lord Brahma asked Kumbhakarna, "What is the wish that you need?" And then Mother Saraswati comes and sits on his tongue, and then somehow he doesn't want to, but he asks that, "Oh, can I sleep for 6 months?" So, is that like a different day of Brahma, or like how to understand?
Well, we didn't get the composite picture of what is happening in that event. That's why I referred to Uttarakanda. In the Uttarakanda, there is more detail when Ramachandra asks the sages, can you tell me why is Ravana like this? Why was Kumbhakarna like that? There's a full story coming up. So we're getting slivers of it, but we'll know why that is the case. He only said,
Thank you.
Brahma told him you will sleep, but the causes behind that's also coming up. I was just reading what Vibhishana is telling Ramachandra. The details of the story will come later. This is wartime. You can't ask too many questions. You means Ramachandra doesn't ask too many questions. But later he will ask, why is Ravana like this? What is the story behind Kumbhakarna? And you will hear.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I don't have like a question. It can be stupid, but I was thinking when you were describing Kumbhakarna's face, you said Kumbhakarna was so dark and scary. And you always explain that Ravana is handsome. I was just wondering what happened. Like, like both of them are, yeah, they also did austerities in terms of like, gaining piety kind of thing. But how come they both are so different? Sorry, I know it's meaningless. Sorry.
I mean, each is carrying his own karma.
Karma. Okay.
Body we get depends on the past karma.
Mm. It just was startlingly different between the two when you were explaining. So sorry, Prabhu.
No, no. This guy is attracted to sleeping, that guy is attracted to merrymaking. And the third brother is a whole different one altogether. Some past
Good.
karma, samskaras from the current life.
Mm.
Okay, anyone else? Not anyone else. I think we should stop here. 9:40. Okay, thank you very much. Wish you all a wonderful Radhashtami tomorrow. And next weekend, we will not be meeting when Kumbhakarna enters the battlefield because we've been invited to the Washington, D.C. area to narrate Ramayana at 4 places during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So Friday night would be travel and then Sunday back, Sunday night, Monday morning. And so the next weekend is absorption in Ramayana at different places. So please wish us your best. We beg for your blessings that um, we may please Sita, Rama, Lakshmana, and Hanuman as we narrate their wonderful pastimes, and that they bless all the audience and all of us. Thank you, Sita, Rama, Lakshmana.